From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Morreale and Hitch.
All righty. Welcome back. We had to wait for Hitch to get his coffee. What's that, espresso you were making?
Yeah, did you hear it?
Something was
it's
humming
loud.
and buzzing.
You can hear the dryer
I heard all the
downstairs.
way here.
Yeah, this thing here is it's lots. You can hear it. Hey, look.
Oh yeah,
it's lots.
Picks up everything. Okay, well, welcome everybody. The Morreale and Hitch podcast, episode whatever, because we stopped counting, and it's a lot. We got lots to talk about. Okay, we got to talk about the Cats. We got to talk a lot about Danny's event. That was a good couple days, and then Butko brought up the Blue Jays. Oh, did you watch the Jays?
Did I watch? I got a $100 bet with the guy at work in Arizona. He's a Mariners fan. I was all over him. 8-1. I should know better. Should know better.
He said that was the only game he's watched all year was when they lost. He's nodding. But he said he went to go see a game in person, which they also lost. So obviously,
there's a theme
Butko's
here.
Fault.
Butko went to his first CFL game like a year ago.
Yes. Yeah, they lost that too.
and
First
they lost.
Cup,
and they lost that too.
This podcast is going in the shitter because of Butko. This is like a constant theme.
Maybe you should just quit.
You should quit, but they don't even pay him. So
no, that's
keep your
true.
Job. Keep your job, Butko. You're getting paid exactly what you're worth, just like me and Rob.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. So let's talk about the Jays a bit. I mean, when this is hockey country, well maybe not anymore, football country, but when the Jays are in the playoffs, it's crazy. And you can go to it. You can go to one of the 80-something home games during the season, and none of them ever compare to a playoff baseball game in Toronto.
No. The atmosphere, I mean, I followed the Jays this year. I didn't watch them religiously. I did watch a lot of their games, but again, sometimes, in May and April, or when they start in April and May, you're not watching 9 innings of baseball in May and June. No. It's not happening. But I tell you, when they start winning, and then there's a month left in the season, and they've got a chance to go to the playoffs, then I start watching. So I was impressed. They got a young team, but oh my God, how do you lose 8-1 lead? 8-1 lead, and
the game they had to win.
Yeah.
They had to win that game.
And it's all here. It's all. Everybody talks about it now. I don't know if you watched it, but the starting pitcher, I think Guzman. He was doing well. Bases were loaded, 2 outs. They pulled him, and they brought another pitcher in, and boom, 3-run shot. Like,
man.
Yeah. So what do you do? You leave the guy in for one more inning. He was pitching well, but again, that's the strategy of the managers. They know who's coming up and the tendencies of where guys are hitting, and I don't know. I say keep them in, of course, because they lost. But
I know it's
just
crazy.
we're armchair quarterbacks here, right?
What do you think about that? The wild card playoff, the 2 of 3, and then you play the first 2 at the higher seed. I mean, that's an advantage for the Jays that they just squandered.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. I mean, it's all the seeding. They're getting that home field advantage, and it used to be the one game wild card. Like you play 168, 186 games or whatever they play, and you make it, 4 teams make it, and you get one game. You get one game. That's ridiculous. And then here I'm saying again, I was talking to my nephews, and we're at their place on Saturday for Thanksgiving. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving, belated.
Yes, they do, buddy.
And this should be a best of 5, even though they lost, whatever. And if it went the other way, wouldn't be talking about it. But it still should be a best of 5, because the next series is a best of 5 right now, and then the best of 7. So why not you play that many games to lose 2 in a row? If you lose 2 in a row, you deserve to lose. I guess that's the point. But I still think it should be a best of 5, in my opinion. So
speaking of important games, the Cats pulled one out of the behinds the other day, which was very timely against the team they needed to, right? And I know the head-to-head doesn't mean anything, but just being tied in the standings is important because the Cats get the go-ahead based on a tie. But then, so they do that, terrific job coming back, maintaining the game. Tough to watch the game for you and I because we were here, there, and everywhere. I don't think I saw 6 seconds of the game, to be honest.
I swear to God, I don't think I watched a play. Honest to God, I heard the crowd. I look over, but there was so much going on the whole game.
Agreed.
And then we left at halftime, so it didn't matter. No, just kidding. No, it was. Oh, we stayed. Of course we did. But yeah, it was. I don't know. That day was amazing. You bring that up, and they won Danny Mac's day. For everyone who doesn't know, Danny Mac was inducted to the Wall of Honor. Thursday night, we had a fantastic dinner up at Carmen's in Hamilton, and we can talk about that. And then Friday was the game. So it was an action-packed weekend because Thanksgiving came Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for me. But what a group of guys again got together. I know we'll talk about Thursday night.
Knuckleheads.
A bunch of knuckleheads, and I tell you, we haven't seen Flutie since the show, and he looked just like he did on camera.
Not good.
Not good.
He didn't look good.
No, but he was
so happy.
He was in his round. He was in his round with the fidgety Andrew.
Yeah.
Grigor, and those two, man, I'm telling you, and Danny. I think Danny. They went to breakfast on the Friday
Danny
morning.
Take care of Darren, eh?
Yeah.
No money. The American.
Can you guys break 100 US? Well, we can now. We couldn't 20 years ago, but we can now.
What a classic. Okay, we'll get there. We'll start with Thursday in a minute. But they go up, they win. Ticats are now 2 behind Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, I think it's a bye week this week. Hamilton plays Calgary. So tough game, but an important game.
Calgary's in the playoffs, though. Calgary's in the playoffs. So they're not going to catch first place, so they don't have home field. No. So well, I guess they could if they play BC. They could have home field on that. So they're both 10-5. BC and Calgary are both 10-5. So I like the fact that Saskatchewan has lost their last 3 or 4 in a row.
I know.
Come on, Hamilton, let's go away.
Crazy. The door is open.
The door is completely open. And Ottawa beating Montreal.
That was my next point. I think there's a chance, no?
Well, they're 4-11, and they have. That's bad. Here we are talking about catching Hamilton at 4-11. Hamilton's 5-10. Okay, 5-10 with 3 games to go, if I'm not mistaken. And Ottawa has Montreal. Ottawa has Montreal, and I think Toronto. And Toronto's not going to play anybody. And I'm not sure. I know Hamilton plays Calgary, Montreal, which will be a huge game at the end.
I think they play Ottawa. I think they'll play Ottawa.
So, hey, you know what? It's there for them. It's there for the taking. It's we say always. They control their own destiny. They win. Yeah. They win 3. They're in. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Well, just get in the playoffs, man. And they can hold on. In the playoffs.
Maybe not, because if Saskatchewan wins 3, they have a better record. They have a better record than Hamilton if they win 3. Right? So they're out.
I think Hamilton's got a game in hand. I think Saskatchewan only has 2 games left.
Well, let me check.
Yeah, Butko's shaking his head.
Oh, he did something. You know what? You're listening. He's listening.
He's listening. Wow.
Is that a new chair in your corner there? Is that nice velour chair in the corner? That looks good.
Look at that. See the look at the lamp. Totally.
The lamp is still on an angle. You can sleep in that chair. How many butts are out there? How many butts did you put on that chair?
That used to be. See
this chair is actually from the 80s for real.
Shocking, Butko. If you look at your whatever that is, the lamp shade. It used to be white. Eh? That's from all the butts. From all the butts he smokes.
All the trees.
Disgusting yellow. Disgusting yellow.
You know what we're gonna get you? We're gonna get you a Hitch and Morreale picture to put behind you right there in that.
Yes.
You know what? Why don't you have something like that
for every show, Butko? Not just ours.
Yeah.
For every show.
Definitely.
Know where your bread is buttered. Where your bread is buttered.
Okay, we're gonna get.
Does anybody else give you any airtime? On their show? Anybody else include you in their show?
Never.
No, you're an afterthought.
Yep.
With us, you're a forethought. You're at the forefront of everything we do. Without you, we're probably a lot better. But
so I've got a buddy, Andrew Clark, who listens to. He's on my Pens hockey team, as you can see.
Can Buck go now?
Yeah, you can go. We're talking about it. We're talking about it.
Okay, let me see. What coffee cup is that? Is that Jane Fonda on your coffee cup? Who is that?
Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, it's the Beatles. I thought it was Jane Fonda.
My God, Jane Fonda.
Very nice.
So
Nicely done.
I got a buddy on my hockey team, Andrew Clark, who travels a lot, in Canada. He travels all over the place. He listens to our podcast, and he's like, I got to get on there one day. I love Butko. I love Morreale, how he rips them. And guys love it.
This is. I only rip him because I care about him.
Yeah.
If I didn't care about him, why would I even talk to him?
That is true.
Butko.
If we didn't talk to you in the locker room, that means we didn't care about you.
We don't care.
If we made fun of you, that means you're
we
a part of
like
us.
you.
That's
We
nice.
like you a lot.
That's very
We
flattering.
like you, Butko. Yeah, you should feel good about that.
Okay, now you can
Okay.
beat it.
All right.
Okay, see you later. All right, let's talk about. So Danny Mac rolls into town Thursday night at Carmen's. Beautiful Wall of Honor dinner. We don't know what to expect.
No.
We walk in there. There was a crowd, eh?
Huge
and a
crowd.
bunch of guys that we played with who we haven't seen in a long, long time, and everybody was on like 11. Everybody was excited. It was a great day.
Oh, I loved it. As soon as I walked in, so did I see Marwan, Andrew running around drinking his sodas with lemon in it. I don't drink. I know you don't. You've been off booze for 8 years. I know you don't drink anymore. Danny Max, Kathy, his cheeseburger boys. We call them cheeseburgers because that's I've called them that since they were born. And just the whole family. It was awesome because it brought back a couple of memories from when I went in, and it was real neat just to see the guys. I mean, I was fortunate to have the 99 team was most of the guys were there, but I there was a lot of guys there that he played with that weren't on the 99 team that were also there as well, which was really, really nice. So,
So who we had? We had Marwan and Belly and Dwayne Butler and T. Shaw and
Jared Smith.
Grigger, Jared Smith, Donnelly.
Trevor Shaw. Shaw.
Said Shawzy, Coulter. Oh, we can't forget Cooler being
Oh
there.
my gosh.
I don't
We'll talk
think
about that
anybody-
one in a minute. We can't miss
Dwayne
anybody.
Ford was there. Dwayne Ford was
you
there.
said that, yeah.
Ozzy was there.
Ozzy was there, yeah, he was there.
missed?
Kojo? No.
Kojo was there.
Kojo
That's
was
right.
there,
That was
see?
another one. Didn't play in '99, but showed his support. That was awesome.
The politician, Diakowski.
Diakowski was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
He came his first year when we were cut, though. Wasn't it his
He
first
did.
year? Yeah, it was his
I
first.
think so.
He didn't get a chance with us. He would be ruined if he had a chance with us.
Ruined. Probably be better off. Wouldn't be the smartest guy anymore.
No,
but he'd be better off for it. He'd be better off for it.
He would. Who else? Oh, and we got the 72 Grey Cup team.
Yes.
There was, I think, 11
Bobby
11
Gross
players.
and a bunch of guys.
Yeah, that was awesome to see those guys who paved
And
the
then
way.
the Old Faithful, the other Wall of Honor. We got Les Brown was there, and Rocky DiPietro was there.
Yeah, I think on the field when they introduced everybody, it was Les Brown on the wall, Rocky DiPietro, Garney Henley, I think, and
Ozzy.
Myself.
He wasn't there,
And
but Ozzy.
Yeah, so 5 of us, which and then guys that weren't there, Joe Momford, and who else did Danny play with? Yeah, I think there was 4 guys that Danny played with in his career that are up on that wall. Me, Momford, Ozzy, and him. I think it was. So. I think I'm not. Anyways, but what a great night, a great dinner. We had an opportunity. Andrew Grigg went up and spoke first, and then Flutie went up. Dwayne Ford actually was kind of the MC part of it, and he was just shaking his head when we came up there. We had some great stories, all of us, and then when Carl Coulter came up. And anyone that wasn't there or was there knew exactly what we're talking about. He got up, and he was talking like this, and he's got no voice left. And he
Dressed
went on
all in
once.
Black.
Oh, Johnny Cash. Cash. Same outfit as he had in 99. Identical outfit. And he spoke, but from the heart. Believe me, it was from the heart.
Yeah,
loves
definitely
Danny.
from the heart.
Loves us. Loves Danny. Loves that team. And then he went on another story. And then he went on another one. And then I looked at Dwayne Ford. We're sitting on the top of the stage, and we're all in chairs laughing. And Mike and I look at each other. Okay, we got to stop it. He won another one. And then what did you do? Then what did you do after about 15 minutes? One more. Come on, one more story. And then he won another one. Okay, just one more story. Okay, we got one more. And oh my God, it was comical. It was awesome. I saw Matt Affleck and the boys at the table, Scott Mitchell were there, and they were just like, oh my God, like this guy's got to stop. He kept going and
this
going.
doesn't happen anymore, though, right?
Yeah, but Danny got off. Everyone loves Danny.
I know, he got off.
Yeah, he got off. I did not get
crushed.
off, and that's not right.
Crushed.
I could at least.
It's perfectly right.
Yeah,
you deserved it.
No, I did not deserve that. I did not deserve that.
Back to my point about Butko. It's a sign of flattery. We love you so much. We got to give you the beats.
We respected Danny because his wishes were he's very quiet. He's he's in the back. He doesn't say too much, but he's a silent leader for us. But I tell you, there were some great stories about him. Oh, we all know he loves to drink beer and pull his shirt up underneath this thing at the bar. Remember that?
No,
that was the worst. That was the worst thing. I think Kathy looked over and was like, he pulls his shirt up.
With the big hairy belly. Big hairy belly hanging out.
Forearms like Maguire. He's got these big forearms, all full of hair. Anyway, so that was a great night, and then of course the game was great. I mean, we went into the alumni room beforehand. We signed some autographs, saw his family again, and just shot the shit, which was great.
Laughs we had, the laughs about just stupid stuff. Like I was just so excited to see Darren because I haven't seen him in 20 years. It's like I never missed the guy. Like he never had gone for a day. Yeah. And then I look out of the corner of my eye, and who rolls into town but David Allen? Has no idea what's going on.
No,
he has no idea it's Danny's Wall of Honor. He has no idea that we're there. He's just in town with the Bet Regal and he's doing his thing, and he goes. Then he's part of the party. And I turn over and we look, and there's Coulter again, same outfit.
Yep.
Black on black on black, leaning against the glass wall. And I thought, oh, God.
He had a hoodie on, though.
Glass wall.
He had a hoodie on.
He's going to go through the glass wall.
I told you. Did I tell you that when I was leaving near the end of the game, I was coming down the elevator, and the elevator guy was there. And he says, excuse me, sir, the elevator doors are open on number 3. Are you getting out? Didn't hear. I'm like, I didn't know who it was because I was already in. He had his hood on, and this is Carl. So I go, hey, bud. He said, are you getting out here? And he turns, he goes, no. And I'm like, oh, Carl. I'm like, oh, you okay, buddy? Like I think he wasn't feeling well. I know that. I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't feeling well. I think compounded with a couple of cocktails, but he ended up getting out. He goes, I got to get out of here. I got to go. It's the end of the game. But he got into, I think, Danny's limo car or something and took him back to where.
Okay.
Yeah,
so he lasted the whole game?
Oh, whole game. Yeah, he was there the whole game.
Because he disappeared.
He disappeared.
The second quarter.
Yeah, Johnny Cash, and then someone gave him a black hoodie, and he just had the hood on. He looked like he fit right in downtown Hamilton. It looked like he fit in. Oh. But anyways, he was okay. I heard we checked on him. We checked on him. He was okay.
He made it back. Okay.
No.
He made it back.
No. I said, Coulter, it's Hitch. Yeah, I know. He was the best.
What an animal.
Yeah.
What an animal. No, it's good. It was good times. There were so many good times. And then seeing Danny, Danny very, a man of not a ton of words, but powerful, does his speech, goes in the pickup truck, and what does he want? He wants the old crack of beer. How many times do you see that in any pro sport?
No.
Where the Hall of Famer gets in the back of a pickup truck, cracks open a beer.
The only sport that I would think that would be is John Daly in golf.
Yep.
He's John Daly of football. He is. Without the butts. Without the
butts. And the gambling addiction. But other than that,
well, good for the Cats. Yeah, good for the Cats. They got to control their own destiny. They got to. Who they play this week? Butko. My gosh, I should know this. I should have looked at this earlier.
They play Calgary. Don't they?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Calgary. That's right.
Butko's sleeping.
It's in Calgary as well. So
there he is. He's on and off.
Yeah, he's sleeping. So how was? Let's talk maybe a little bit about Thanksgiving.
Oh, I had the migraine, eh?
No, that comes. You get that. You gotta get that checked. Get an MRI, dude. Go get an MRI.
I've had it all. Do you think playing football had something to do with it? Maybe a little bit.
Honestly, you've been having that since I've known you.
A long time.
You get them bad. You got no light. Can't go in the light. Nothing, right?
Can't do nothing. I want to die. So that's what I did on Sunday. Just crawled up into a fetal position and hoped for the day to end.
How long does it last?
I felt pretty good.
How long does it last?
Usually like 3 days. Usually 3 days.
What do you do it for? You take any out? Nothing works?
Nothing works. Once it hits me, then I'm toast. Like if I get it when I sense it's coming, I can probably tame it down. But once it hits me, look out, look out. So that was it. I missed a good turkey dinner. Everyone over to my sister's, did the whole thing. I was at home.
It's okay. Your brother ate for you. Your brother ate everything.
He takes everything.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he's got a new to him, shirt from the CBL or the Honey Badgers or the Ticats or the Argos. He's got stuff from the Argos that I wore in 1994, 95.
It's your
He's
closet.
got everything. He's got everything. And then now I look and now his kids are wearing it. I'm like, where do you get this stuff?
Yeah.
He loves it.
He took it all.
He took it all.
And he kept it nice. He preserved it.
He keeps it nice. He
Preserved
does. He does.
I don't have it in here, but my daughter was wearing the 99 Eastern Final Grey Cup shirt, the gray one we had.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't worn that. I don't ever wore it, I don't think. And I just had it somewhere, and she found it. So she likes, the kids these days, they like the retro stuff, right? They like the old stuff. So she's wearing that around now.
How much of that stuff did you keep? I got lots of old hats and old T-shirts. I got all that shit.
Yeah, I got the Grey Cup jacket. Remember that blue one that we got, the pullover one?
Yeah, I don't got that no more.
Really? Where's that?
Who knows? My brother's house, probably.
I've never worn it because it's a little bit big for me now. I don't wear it anymore. But I have I got hats. I got a couple of T-shirts. I got the Grey Cup white one. Remember the Grey Cup white?
Oh yeah.
With the green and whatever in the middle. That's on its last legs, I think. But you find all that stuff in the thrift store now. You can find all that stuff in there. It's crazy. You know
how much stuff I've given away just with tags on it still? I'm not going to use it, so I just give it to Value Village or the Benevolent Fund and whatever.
So you're the guy that went up in the rafters at Ivor Stadium and took all those boxes from the city guys?
No, but I know who did. It wasn't me. Yeah. Oh, man.
We played, so we had, my Thanksgiving was, went to my nephew Jordan's in Hamilton on Saturday. So he had everybody over. So we were there Saturday. Then Sunday we went to my Michelle's cousin in Niagara Lake, more turkey. And then Monday we went to our friend Lori and Anthony's for
3
turkey.
days.
3 days of turkey.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday was a long day because our Pens hockey team had our little year-end golf thing. So we teed off at 8:00. Yeah. So a couple of shots,
made for a long day.
It was long. We got done at 12:30, but felt like it was 4:30. It was a long, fun day though. Boys are good. We open up Thursday night. You got to come watch us play. We're in Meriden, bud. 7 o'clock start.
Where's Meriden? It's around here
below Thorold. Right below Thorold there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right over here.
Yeah.
I know where it is. Just down the street.
Just down the street from you, because you're in Thorold.
What office? The Metropolis.
Commissioner, CEO of an elite basketball league, and his office is in Thorold.
Hey, buddy, it just made sense. We had real estate here. It made sense. Nobody bugs you here, so don't worry.
No, that's for sure.
Good. Nobody bugs you downtown.
Hey, have you been to John's Meat Shop in Thorold?
No, where?
Buddy, it's only cash. Yeah. It's only cash.
Ooh.
John's Meat Shop. It's a little house right on. I want to know. I think it's not Queen. I'll get the street name for you. It's probably 5 minutes from you. It's a house,
good?
Buddy. You want any sandwich, any veal parms, chicken parms, anything. But they make.
I go for a walk all the time.
I'll get the address for you. But John's Meat Shop, there's the grandmothers. They go in the base. They make 1,000 meatballs a day.
Come on,
buddy. And they have them in a little container. You heard about it?
Pine Street?
Yes, Pine Street.
Pine Street.
Yeah,
that's not far.
I don't know.
I know exactly.
And it's a White House. It's a White House right on Pine Street.
This has got to be around the corner from me for sure.
It is.
What's the address, Butko?
It's 28 Pine Street between Albert and Sullivan.
And it's a white little house. You'll walk in.
Probably walked by it.
And you'll see the sauce on your right and coolers. And
it's 300 meters from my office.
Go get a sandwich.
I've walked by it 100 times. How did I not know this?
Because it looks like a normal house.
That's why. Oh, yeah. Here's the picture. That's what it looks like.
That's it.
A house. How would I know that?
Well, because there's a little sign that's about 3 by 3 that's on there saying John's Meat Shop. Go in and grab a sandwich.
Oh,
but it's only cash. You can't bring any credit there. It's only cash.
Beautiful.
I just get a good plug out for them. But yeah. And how about Big Reds in Thorold? You ever go to Big Red?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. That's down
the way. If you ever want
yeah.
good chicken wings, go get them there.
Really?
Chicken wings. They scoop them.
I've been here for 5 years, eh? This is the first I've heard
I'll
of
have
it.
to tell you about all this stuff. But
by the way, you live like 6 minutes from me, and we don't think we've ever done lunch in 5 years.
No.
Once, maybe. Once I met you during COVID at the where's the grocery store there you go to on
Antipastos?
No, Antipastos I go a lot. On the way home.
It's good, but the sauce isn't nothing like John's Meat Shop. Nothing.
Oh, that's good.
They got a nice
where's
bolognese.
the place?
You like bolognese? Do you like bolognese?
I like everything. If it's homemade, I like it.
It's all homemade.
Not cream, though. I don't like cream sauce.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know which one we went to. Zare's Superstore? Doesn't matter.
No, the one that's like Whole Foods, but it's not.
I don't know. Can't remember.
Are you kidding me?
Whole Foods.
You know
Whole
exactly.
Foods
It's the Farm
Harvest
Boy.
Barn.
Farm Boy.
Oh, Farm Boy. Yeah. That's fine. Farm Boy. So what's on the agenda this week for basketball? What are you guys doing? I know you're wrapped up, but
buddy. Lots of stuff.
Any other teams? Selling any other teams?
There's some teams. There's some action going on. We got some announcements coming up. So some good stuff. And we're starting our international games pretty soon too in December. So I get to go on a couple road trips, go to Puerto Rico, go to Nicaragua.
Oh.
Not that Nicaragua is a hotbed for tourism, but it's actually very, very cool when you get there. Like you would never go there, but once you're there, it's a pretty cool, and the weather's mint, right? You're right on the equator there. It's beautiful.
Well, we've got, I think I mentioned to you that our company's got an arm now. It's called WAII. So it's immigration stuff we're doing on the side. And we're reaching out to all these countries now. So there's a big conference in India, in Mumbai.
Oh my God.
And Mumbai. So I don't know who's going to that, but I might throw my hand up to go to India. But there's Puerto Rico, there's San Juan, Puerto Rico, there's everywhere. So I'm in charge of Canada, US with another guy, and then I've got South America.
Nice, buddy. You gotta come Puerto Rico. Time it up.
I'll have to time it up. I'll call a lawyer out there and see if we can time it up. Let me go in.
Time it up. We'll go see some basketball.
You got to get
perfect.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Jeez, I had something else.
Come on.
Getting back to the Cats quick. Are they healthy? Because it didn't look.
This time of year, I still don't know what's wrong with Simone.
No,
he's been out.
They haven't said anything. Eh?
No,
he's been tweeting a lot of stuff. Been looking at his stuff, but
I don't know if he's set to return anytime soon.
Hamstring or something. I don't know what it is.
Pablo Van Zyl. Haven't seen him all year.
No. I don't know.
So they're definitely hurting. I think everybody's hurting at this time of year. Let's face it. Here, you're just taping yourself together. Yeah. But they got to win, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Got to win.
Bottom line, man. Bottom line. Well, I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks to see if they can at least get in, because anything can happen in the playoffs. You know that. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should have seen. I think I was telling you this story. So we've talked about Darren Flutie many times. Darren he is the type of guy that you would play with him, and he may know your name, he may not. It just it depends on who you are, what day it is. When I met him in 1994, I got drafted to BC. I'll never forget, rookie camp, going into the elevator, the door opens, and there's Darren Flutie. And I'm like, oh my God. Hey, Mr. Flutie, how are you? He's like, yeah, whatever, kid. Basically, that's what he did. He shut me down like I was nobody. Yeah. And then when he came back in 98, or he came to Hamilton in 98, I told him that story. He's like, I didn't even know you. If I don't get to meet you, you're not going to make the team, I'm not going to get to know you. Basically, is what he said.
And you didn't make the team.
And I didn't make the team. So he was right. So the whole, our whole career, Darren would he'd be in and out. He'd have his core group. It'd be us guys on offense and you and a handful of guys. But Darren would kept to himself for the most part, right? No belt buckle, bad runners, no wallet, no Canadian money. No. So after the dinner, it was Ryan Donnelly and Kojo and Mike Linton. Mike Linton played at Mac, receiver, really good receiver, kind of Chris Rankin-esque, right?
Yeah.
But strong, tough guy. So, we're taking some photographs of all the guys from Mac, and then Mike asked Darren to take a photo with him. So Darren goes to take a photo, puts arm, and I can tell in Darren's eyes, he's like, "Do I know this guy? Did I play with this guy?" I'm like, "Darren, by the way, you didn't play with Mike." By the way, he goes, "Okay, good." He goes, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who anybody is." Just like, I could see the fear in his eyes, where he was like, "Am I supposed to know who this guy is beside me?" But he went through the whole week again. Didn't spend any of his money. Yeah. Danny bought him breakfast, took care of him.
Yeah, Danny lent him $40.
Oh, that was day one. I'm sure he lent a lot more than that.
$40 he lent them.
I know Andrew picked up breakfast at Denny's the one night, even though Darren had like $100 worth of Denny's cards.
No, he picked
like $100.
Andrew brought him to Tim Hortons for breakfast.
Absolutely.
Hey, we have to definitely give a shout out to our alumni association for I don't know who's listening. Probably nobody listens anyway, but they've done they're unsung guys, unsung heroes. There's a lot of that they do that people don't know about.
Yeah,
putting on these dinners and taking their time and getting some of the alumni out to the hospitals and just the different functions in the city, and Ryan and the guys that have been doing that for a lot of time. I mean, we get called sometimes, we just can't do stuff, but it takes a lot of time for these guys. So who's ever listening, we appreciate you. You guys doing all this stuff, and hopefully we can do something in the future with you. Just call us for the golf tournaments. We only get called once every 3 years, so
it was good. I mean, that event, I didn't know what to expect because your dinner was different, right? It was at the stadium.
The Cats.
The
alumni still put it on, I think, but
the Cats had brought in the '99 team, so they kind of took over that whole thing, and that was a great event. It was awesome. I was pumped. There was hundreds of people there. Good time. I didn't realize that it's the alumni association that's in charge of the Wall of Honor.
Yeah,
that's who's in charge. Which is, I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know how that works on the other teams, like who goes into the Saskatchewan Plaza Honor, who chooses them. I know the Cats have some influence or some say, but that's a lot of pressure on those guys because, man, there's a lot of players.
We never got asked to vote on anybody.
No, I think there's a core group there. Who knows? Maybe McCarthy's still involved.
Tattoo? A plane. Mike, if you're listening,
we played with some characters.
Mike McCarthy, if you're listening, we used to call you Tattoo when you gave me $32,000 in my third year. I called you Tattoo on my way out.
What a beauty! Wow. But we had good speeches. Great seeing. We sat with the Mercantys and Dennis Concordia and Dwayne Ford and you and I, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
So I think when Dominion Castings,
yes,
the gentleman at our table, Dennis, yeah. So yeah. I guess Danny was thanking some of the people that were helping him out. I get Dominion Castings is the one that wrote him that check, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, Dominion Castings, and he said DeFasco. So we're throwing it out there now. Dominion Castings is the one that helped Danny get here. So there you go.
That's right. It's funny, like the behind the scenes people that are. And this is maybe not so much now, but remember we played, like everybody tried to help the Ticats get guys. Like Foxy was always in the background trying to source deals.
Phillip Environmental.
Oh, yeah, you got backdoor deals trying to get players here. Yeah. Because at that point, our owners were notoriously cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Yeah.
So there was like the community was jumping in, which is really how it works in Winnipeg and how it works in Edmonton and how it works in Saskatchewan, right? Those communities get behind. I know they're not easy to run, but everybody's behind the team. And for the longest time, that's what had to happen in Hamilton because the owners didn't have the cash to keep guys around, right?
Yep, totally.
And then walks Bob Young, and the rest is history. Now, we need to get Bob a Grey Cup. Like, we need to get him a Grey Cup.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Grey Cup back in Hamilton next year, so... not saying next year. I said there's still lots of year left, but it is in Hamilton.
The actual event is in Hamilton next year, which will be good.
That's what I meant.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good time.
Well, bud,
That's it, eh?
I don't know. I think it's a good day. We got a lot to
It's a
chat
good
about.
day.
Yeah,
We set the bar low.
Yeah.
Like to set the bar low. Butko, you there, buddy? Anything else before we go? Anything we didn't talk about? Any sayings we have to say? Any people we have to thank?
No, there's this promo for the show. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It plays during the live broadcast. I'll play it for you guys right now. I want to get your reaction to it.
Mike Morreale and Rob Hitchcock have a podcast they're not particularly proud of. In fact, here at the Ticats Audio Network, we also don't take a lot of pride in what they do. But they do it every week. And you can find Morreale and Hitch on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
So, I don't know. It's your guys' name on the podcast.
I got to tell you, we need. Who voiced that over?
Yeah.
Peter? Who was that?
I don't know.
That
was sound like Peter.
Oh, what about
I
the
think it was
content, though?
Peter.
Are you guys not proud of what you do? Are you?
Yeah.
Not very proud at all. To be quite honest. But, I mean,
How many have we even looked? Has there been more listeners? How do you tell?
I think it is. I think it is kind of ramping up the end of the season. We're getting a little bit
ramping
more
up, eh?
Because I think it's on like YouTube. I think it shows a little bit, but then Spotify the same thing. I don't know. Is all that stuff
And it
the
doesn't
same?
show you how many views
No,
or
it's
anything on
on
Spotify.
YouTube it does, but Spotify.
All I
doesn't.
know is this podcast is carrying the whole audio network. I know that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Which is not saying much for the rest of the podcast.
No.
We should have a podcast off. I would go toe to toe. Can you split this screen and we'll just have like a podcast day and we'll just podcast the shit out of everybody, whatever that means.
Yeah,
Sure.
and
Whatever
we'll
that
have some
means, we'll do
content.
it.
We'll talk. Mike and I
You
will
know
talk
what?
for 1 minute before, and then we'll crush you
Yeah,
guys.
because you know what, we talk like we just talk normal. But you know this. You hear all the podcasts. These other guys, they stick to a script. Get the suit and tie. Got to look good. This guy's, who cares? He's been wearing that stupid pea hat. Look at those glasses.
Hey,
Look at
hold on.
Usually
Look at
his
my
dog's
eyes.
barking.
Look at my eyes.
Look at, they're bleeding. They're bleeding.
I can't.
Look at.
Oh my gosh! And don't say stupid. This represents the Penguins. This is my hockey league, buddy. Why don't you come and ankle skate on our team?
Oh,
You could use an ankle skater.
lose my 2 front teeth again. I look forward
Oh
to
my
it.
gosh!
Sounds like
All
a
right,
plan.
buddy. Yeah.
Well,
you're
with
in.
that, from myself, Rob Hitchcock, David Butko, this is another installment of the Morreale and Hitch podcast right here on the Ticats Audio Network. Have a great day.
Hey, time out. Don't cancel yet. I got to show you something.
What happened?
I
Are we
almost
still
forgot.
on?
Yeah, we're on still, right? We're still on?
Yep.
For those of you who you're not watching this, I'm leaving Arizona last week. I'm leaving Arizona. I got a midnight flight, and I'm having just some Thai food at this little fast food restaurant, and in comes a guy, and I'm Tony Deegan, my guy I work with, is like, you know who that is? I'm like, oh, of course I do. And he's about to ask him for an autograph, this, and I said, don't ask him. Like, don't say a word. Anyways, he comes over. He's starting to talk to everybody. Oh, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, you told me.
Charles Barkley.
Very nice. You had a picture with him.
Yeah, look at my hair. Look at my hair.
Oh, your hair's bad.
Bad hair.
Dude, don't you remember we were there like 8 years ago?
Yeah, but
and
we
he
didn't
was at
meet
the
him.
same bar.
He was at the bar. No,
Right.
he was at a different bar. But anyway, so
Okay.
Long story short, I think I told you already, but my buddy Tony says, "Oh, this guy played in the CFL." He had no idea, right? But he did. And then he's like, "Do you know Rod Black?" And I'm like, "Of course I know Black." He goes, "So will you tell Blackie?" He says, "I love Toronto. This is I always say it on the panel when he's with Shaq, those guys. It's his favorite city is Toronto, and he knows Rod Black from TSN." I said, "Well, Mike and I, my buddy and I told him about your league. I think I told you the other day. I told him about your league, and anyways, long story. It was pretty cool, just the fact that he knows Rod Black, and I said we played with him, and he's like, you tell him, Shaq, you tell him, Sir Charles says hello, and I said, well, if you see him, tell him Hitch says hi. So anyways, so it was kind of nice. So anyways, that was my claim.
It just took it's good. It took 2 minutes more of the podcast.
Yeah,
so now
sorry.
we're closer to this 40-minute time. That what a disaster. Listen, let's sign off again. Butko,
bye-bye.
Hitchcock, Morreale. Ciao.
Peace out.
That's another episode of Morreale and Hitch on the Ticats Audio Network. Have a question or a comment for them? Email us at mnh@ticats.ca. That's MANDH@ticats.ca.